this one's going to be interesting. They have the water mauler, and funny enough, this is, I do not underestimate any person that's running like a 3-star unit. If they get the first turn, like it's going to be crazy. It's just gonna push us to no end here. So I'm gonna take out the. I feel like the fire necro is the strongest, but unfortunately, I underestimated. I underestimated this team like crazy. Okay. What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at it again with the next video for Might Magic Elemental Guardians. Today we're going to be taking a break of regular PvE content and see what we can do in the arena. As you guys already know, we recently got rank 1 in Bronze 3, so we've moved up to Silver 1. So we're going to test out and see what we can do with these teams here. Of course, we have actually, this is going to be the first round of Arena Wings since we started the week. We haven't actually tested it out to see what we're doing, but from what I've heard from the community, every single league that we jump into has a little bit of a different meta. They're playing around with some different compositions, so hopefully we can live up to the rank that we had in the previous round. So I'm going to go into the first one just to see if we can take it down. Now, funny enough, this team right here, I know that the Fire Nymph is an attack bar booster and it has a resistance lead, but one of the biggest things that has allowed me to kind of stay at that high rank is the combination of our attack bar reducer of the Fire Goblin Shaman, as well as our one-shot unit. This is the Fire Succubus here. One of the things that, if you guys haven't seen me do on stream, if you guys haven't checked it out, I definitely encourage you to do so. I am on twitch.tv/childish402. One of the things that I've been doing is running the attack bar reducer alongside the Fire Succubus, so to go ahead and get the one-shot in, and then I've been using the Water Mauler to give me the turn bar back, lock everybody down with the Air Giant, and then work down one of the other units here. So let's go ahead and take out their Poisoner since we got the elemental advantage and we can ignore defense. We will do a little bit of damage on this Colossus. We'll try to use this. We'll try to get the second, the defense break in so we can possibly take it out. And since we weren't able to lock this one down with a taunt, we'll go ahead and do this. Almost was able to get the job done, but it was unfortunate. Either way, there's nothing but they can really do right now. We're going to be able to take them out. So we'll go ahead and auto that one out right there. For right now, and I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I think we're in a really, really good situation, given the fact that we have such a strong PvP unit there by the likes of the Fire Goblin Shaman. He's currently runed up with, I think it's Haste and Precision. Yeah, he got Haste and Precision glyphs on here, so we're going to keep him, just trying to keep as much speed as we can while maintaining a decent amount of accuracy. He's running at about 50% accuracy. Something to keep in mind is that even though that particular skill is super strong, it's not like 100% reliant, so we have to deal with it. As you can see, the Water Mauler, he goes down in life there every single hit, 20% of the max HP sacrifice in order to get that turn bar boosting as well as the dodge ability. So even though the strength of that attack bar manipulation is super strong in the first couple of rounds of turns, that dodge ability really provides a nice, different style of mitigation, considering we're not running any kind of sustain. So it really helps me out as far as what I'm trying to do. This one here, we don't have anything, this is kind of interesting, we don't have anything that really kind of scares us right now as far as attack bar boosting outside of this Air Basilisk. But I think we're going to be okay on this one. I think this one, let's go ahead and do something a little bit different. Let's go ahead and take out our team here, and let's play around with our newest duplicate, the Earth Felicor here. So we're looking to get the first turn. We're going to go ahead and just stack this team up with a lot of dots. If I recall correctly, this unit provides this cooldown reduction, the Water Vampire, but I do have an Air Treant, but if I recall correctly, it doesn't have any kind of cleansing ability. So if we can get the first turn, we can stack up quite a few poisons, and we should be good. It's going to be a little bit slower, but just to mix it up for the video, let's see if we can get it done. Let's go ahead and get this down. We have, yeah, my duplicate actually has more speed than my main one. It's pretty sad. I got in the situation where I tried to glyph it up, and I realized that I was putting on glyphs that I could probably use on my core units. So learn from my mistakes. This is something that I'm actually going to have to fix. Now I have to go back and essentially take a look at some of my main core units versus this one and see what I could do to make sure that those main units that I'm using has the best glyphs possible here. So let's go ahead, since we have this guy taunt, we don't want him to do his third skill. We definitely don't want to get locked down. Let's put this hunting ability on so we can not deal with it. Now, I think it's still on, right? No, it's not on. Okay, now it is on right here. Okay, so maybe, should we get the reset in? I think we should. We try. Well, we can at least try. Let's go ahead and, looks like we're getting quite a bit of cooldown reduction on that water giant. I think we should be able to take it out. We need a little bit more AoE right here. Okay, the poison's got that one down, and the air basilisk, kind of a pain in the butt, but we'll go ahead and get it. Looks like that accuracy debuff stopped him from the attack bar manipulation. I'll gladly take that. Okay, the double Felicore meta. It's coming, ladies and gents. It's coming. Watch out. It's going to just destroy the Silver 1 Arena League here. So, okay, we got 5 wins in a row. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. I think we only did a couple of matches, but I think I already did my my daily quest. That's probably why we got the extra win streak here. This one, though, this one's going to be interesting. They have the Water Mauler, and funny enough, this is, I do not underestimate any person that's running like a 3-star unit. If they get the first turn, like it's going to be crazy. This one, though, because of the fact that they're running a ton of fire, we got to go back to our main strategy here. And I haven't built it up just yet, but I'll go ahead and showcase it down the road. I do have a second succubus, so we're gonna go ahead and play around with that. Now I think this one, this is, again, we're just doing something a little bit different here. We know we're gonna get the first turn and be able to take out one of the units probably. So let's see if we can manipulate the attack bar on the druid, either that or the fire diva. Let's see what we do here. Because the druid is gonna slow us down. That immunity that it puts on, it's just gonna push us to no end here. So I'm gonna take out the. I feel like the fire necro is the strongest, but unfortunately, I underestimated this team like crazy. Okay, let's see. So you guys can see what it does. Steals 2 beneficial effects from all enemies and lowers the turn bar. Right now, keep in mind, one of the things that I thought initially was it will strip everything. It doesn't strip anything. Literally, the fire druid is like a great counter to this unit if you can get enough speed to do it. So we weren't able to remove the immunity on everybody, but we did get it on a few. So let's go ahead and use the AoE, and if we can, I'm trying to figure out who has it now. Let's go ahead, because honestly, the Water Mauler, I don't want to let him get his turn so he can push everybody else out, but we got a bad scenario here because of the fact that we just got that first turn and we could not do anything. So let's see if we get a turn. No, we cannot. The Fire Necro is such an OP monster. Being able to steal the turn bar is simply amazing here. So I think this one's a wash. We'll have to take the loss and figure out what we can do to get up in the speed. And that's the funny thing about it. You know, as much as I am heavily reliant, I'm just going to auto it out. As much as I'm reliant on that first turn, I'm really going to have to think about what I can do to counter some of those people that are getting the first turn. Do I just simply avoid them, or do I bring something that's a little bit more on the sustain side in order to deal with it? So that's a downside with this one here. The Fire Necro is just going to get so many turns, and then of course their druid is, even if we sneak in a turn, between the dodging ability and the defense buff, it's just going to be so hard to take these guys out. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is sometimes. That's what happens sometimes. You just gotta have to deal with it. So again, if we have anybody relatively new to the game, one of the things that I said early on, I just want to point it out there. We're not gonna do it right now, but the arena for me, and I think it's been for a couple of people, has been a really good way of just learning, you know, what all these specific units do. So if you guys haven't had an opportunity to check out, like if you get wrecked like me, you see something that just takes you out to no end, I definitely encourage you guys to do one of two things. You can check out the menagerie to see that unit, see its ability, so that you kind of know what to expect. Or, as you guys have heard in our previous video, we talked about mmeg.farm. Again, a really good tool to go ahead and get some information on every unit. It's really easily to check it out. So if you guys haven't taken a look at that website from the previous video, I'll leave a link in the description down below. It makes things so much easier to take a look at when you are trying to analyze a unit that you want to use for whatever aspect of the game you're considering here. So let's see if we can get a couple more matches in. Obviously, we don't want to leave this match with a loss here. Whoa, is that a water Felicore? I think that's a water Felicore, which is something that we haven't seen. But this air faceless, I think I want to go up against this one here. This air faceless has a blind male. a buff that's going to provide him that blinding ability. So if we hit it, it has a chance to put the blind on us, I believe, if I recall correctly. So let's see if we can do it now. Again, I'll leave the air basilisk in for this time. We're going to see if we can just get it done with here. Considering the fact that this, yeah, I feel like, I'm trying to think, I think we have to try to get that air faces out. That blind mail is just going to be nasty. Air giant, he's going to be a pain, but if we get the first turn, which we did, we'll take it. If we can take this unit out, we weren't able to do so, but that's okay. Okay, so take note that we didn't get the taunt on the Felicor, right? So the Felicor is opt to attack whatever it wants, but it doesn't really matter because the silence is in. He can't use any of his main abilities that he's wanted to do. Let's see. Let's go ahead, since he got the water holy sister, let's go ahead and try to reduce the attack bar there. We weren't able to do so, so we'll just kind of work down the air faceless and then go for the next one here. I think we kind of have to go for the Water Felicor, since it does have the elemental advantage. I feel like we got to get kind of lucky with this unit. Let's go ahead and reset this one if we can, and let's see if we can get a nice crit. No crit, but I will still try to work this unit down. I don't want it to ever touch my fire succubus here. So just again, it's a really weird combination for what we're trying to do. But I just want to point it out there because, again, for some of you guys that are looking at certain units, obviously there's certain units that are really, really good in certain aspects of the game, whether it's PvE, PvP, TOT, something like that. But believe it or not, a unit that has been classified as one of the best 2-star units for TOT, we're able to use it in an effective manner here. This attack bar manipulation is really strong, and if you have issues where you don't have the proper elemental advantage with specific units, then messing around with a unit like this can be extremely useful. And who knows, maybe we'll play around with the air treant down the road, who provides a critical rate buff to make sure that we're landing that attack bar manipulation from its passive. So got a couple of options to play around with, but it works out pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and call the video right there. Again, we have quite a few things to test out. We got a couple of new units that we want to build out. We're going to be taking a look at it. If you guys didn't see, we'll go ahead and showcase some of the ones here. Again, I've been taking a look at the Mmeg farm website, just so I can see what, kind of what some of these units do, what kind of multipliers do they have. I'm looking at messing around with the air treant. It has a AoE. It has a chance to AoE confuse, I believe. With the blind, has a chance to it randomly puts one of these abilities on. I'm a big fan of the mini golem. I'm looking to play around with that, and then after seeing a couple of Vulcan's videos testing out some of the ninjas and the samurais, definitely think about playing around with this one. But I'm going to showcase just the lineup of units that I got available here. If there's any of these ones that you guys want me to play around with, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys use any of these units that are 3-star category, let me know as well. I'm looking to check them out, test it out, and see what we can do with them, okay? That's going to be it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's your boy Childish, ChildishPlays checking out. Take care, and we will see you all in the next video. I'm out.